It's a bright new day in the city of Aurangabad, a fast-developing industrial hub of Maharashtra, India. It's home to many migrant worker families and the epicenter of what is a vastly drought-hit region. We're heading out to meet a family in a small hamlet called Zodwadi, on the outskirts of the city, some 30 kilometers away. After a long drive, it seems like we've finally found the right place. Life here in Zodwadi seems to have its own pace. And that seems to be our little boy, Anand.
My son
Anand is 8 years old and my daughter Praktisha is 5. We work in the fields as daily wage labourers. He's an adorable boy, but we feel bad about his lip. We're poor people. Sometimes we just get 7 days' work in a month, making things very difficult. He gets very disheartened when children tease him and mock him. Anand was born with a cleft lip and has had a tough childhood because of this deformity. People say his mother must have cut a lemon during an eclipse, and that's why he was born with a cleft lip. I don't believe them, but that's what they say. He doesn't like to play with the other children and prefers to stay alone. We don't have the money. The last 3 to 4 years, we've barely managed to make ends meet. Water is scarce and lasts just till November. And after that, we're left at the mercy of fate. Poverty, superstition and fear have crippled and cast a dark shadow over Anand's future. We head out to our next destination, Ginartanda, a Banjara community dwelling some 40 kilometers away from Aurangabad city. At the Zilha Parishad school, we look out for our second boy, Sandeep, but are surprised to see him walking out of the school premises with his mother. The children at school hit him and tease him. I'd gone to complain to his teacher. Sandeep has a cleft palate and also a small cleft lip deformity. When we ask him if he likes to go to school, he says no. Sandeep has speech problems, and the senior children imitate his voice and make fun of him. Sandeep is fortunate to have a teacher who is willing to put in the extra effort. But she's concerned about the impact on his fragile mind. Sandeep was born just 2 months after I lost my 3-year-old daughter in an accident. We're sugarcane labourers and also dig trenches for a living. There is no water, no rain. It's a drought-like situation. All the crops have dried up. We can barely make ends meet. Another life, another family getting destroyed, and maybe endlessly searching for hope. But not far away, in the city of Aurangabad, hope is alive and kicking for more than 2 decades. The Dr. Hedgewar Hospital, a landmark institute of charity and selfless service for the poor and the underprivileged.
The dream was to create a model institute which will have honest, ethical and very affordable services to a common man. We started with 10 beds. Now I am very proud to say it is a 300-bed full-fledged hospital.
To start with, we were only 7 people, and then like-minded doctors, those who were interested in doing Sewa or interested in serving the poor population, joined this venture. And now it has become a movement for reaching up to the poor population and serving them.
The hospital infrastructure is built by generous donations of people who have experienced and have complete faith in the life-changing work of the hospital.
The initial beginning was so humble, so modest, that somebody gave us 50,000 rupees, somebody gave us premises on rent, which we were supposed to pay after 6 months. Somebody came forward and started looking at our accounts. And doctor at that time was a doctor, a consultant, a nurse, a ward boy, a receptionist. He used to do every kind of work.
There's a spurt of activity happening in the hospital, all courtesy of the free Cleft Surgery Camp in association with the Northern Cleft Foundation UK and Sewa International UK. The wards are overflowing with patients who've come from far-flung places to benefit from this life-changing opportunity.
70% of the patients come from the rural area and the urban slum area, and 30% patients come from the city population.
3 मुली झाल्याच्या नंतर तिला काय टेन्शन आले की सोडून गेली ती.
ग्रहणामुळे झालं म्हणले.
We hear similar stories from various other families.
हे काही सांगू शकत नाही कारण की जे भावना ते दुखवल्या जातात बाळाला, बाळा घरी येऊन सांगतो.
Poverty, superstition and humiliation being the main factors affecting their lives.
डॉक्टर हेडगेवार हॉस्पिटल आमच्यासाठी देवरूपी होऊन आले असं वाटतं.
We have met God through the Dr. Hedgewar Hospital.
आमच्या परिस्थितीमुळे.
To provide good medical care, there are a number of things that you need. You need a building, you need equipment, and you need availability of drugs. And all these are available in Dr. Hedgewar Hospital and are available to a standard that meets my expectations of what I'd expect in UK. In fact, the anaesthetic machine that I'm using in Theatre 1 in this hospital is exactly the same anaesthetic machine that I have at home in Middlesbrough.
In 89 August we started this hospital. In 89 December we started our first slum health center for the largest slum population of Aurangabad. Immediately in March 90 we started another, then third, then rural centers, then mobile vans, then blood bank. So day by day the number of projects, number of programs started increasing, and it's mind-boggling to look back that we have 45 different programs and projects running under the umbrella of this organization. Besides, one interesting activity which is running 300 kilometers from here, that is in Nashik, Sri Guruji Rugnalaya. That's another hospital, took birth in March 2008.
Many patients, we feel that we can do this thing, we can go and further help them, but they don't have even a meager amount to spend on that. So we feel that some philanthropists should come forward and should help this particular patient.
गत साल ये जो यहाँ पर मेडिकल कैंप औरंगाबाद में जो हो रहा है
Sewa International is proud to be part of the Cleft Surgery Camp at the Dr. Hedgewar Hospital. After we were approached by the Northern Cleft Foundation UK, we got in touch with Sewa India and decided to support this camp.
We started working on this camp from the month of June. There were screening camps at various districts, to name a few: Beed, Buldana, Jalna and Parbhani.
Every patient and their respective families are individually counselled to give them absolute clarity about the surgery.
We're looking at a population which is absolutely illiterate. They're all daily wage workers. They barely have money to travel from their villages and come to our tertiary health center at Aurangabad. And they think that cleft is something that God has given them and it cannot be corrected.
It's D-Day. Anand and Sandeep, who were registered for the free cleft surgery camp, have arrived.
In April 2013, I came to visit Nashik and Aurangabad, and I was blown away by the good deeds and the ethos and the principle in which the Hedgewar Hospital is running. And in some sense, I felt ashamed actually when people could give so much and take so little. There I am, off in England.
The time has arrived. While Anand will be operated for a major cleft lip, Sandeep will have to be operated for his cleft palate and a minor cleft lip.
The sort of problems that cleft lip and palate causes are really immediately after birth. The baby, particularly the babies with a cleft palate, can have problems feeding and speech problems. A large number of children, even when they've had their palate repaired, can have problems with their speech. They also have problems with the development of their teeth, which can often be crooked, maybe missing teeth. Children with any sort of facial deformity are obviously at risk of getting some psychological problems later in life, perhaps particularly if cleft hasn't been particularly well repaired, and maybe problems with the scarring and so forth.
I think it's been fantastic. I think working with the team here at the hospital, I've been very impressed with their commitment to providing healthcare to those in the Indian population who can't afford it and find it difficult to access. And their ethos and mindset are very similar to ours as a charity. I think the infrastructure here in the hospital is fantastic, considering it's funded purely by donations. I think it's the best charity hospital I've worked in India. I think it provides a very high standard of care in a model that seems to work very well within its community, and I think it should be applauded for that.
Anand's cleft lip surgery is over in an hour. It's time for the grandmother to see her grandchild. Anand lies unaware of the correction done to his lip.
It's been a joy to come to Aurangabad. The feeling of a hospital is hugely important. You could work in the best equipped hospital in the world, and yet there would be something missing if there wasn't the correct ethos of care. The ethos of this hospital is to provide the best possible care they can in an affordable manner to all. And that ethos of care for all and that warmth underpins everything that we try to do. And so,
after 2 hours, Sandeep is brought to the recovery ward. His mother arrives.
I feel this is possible only because of the people like Sewa, because of the doctors who came forward and joined this movement, because of the industrialists and philanthropists who supported IVF center, our intensive care unit, our pathology laboratory, and that's how this world-class care could be delivered to the lowermost strata of the society.
At the main ward, it seems like a whole new generation has taken a rebirth.
Up till now, I'm very proud and happy that in hospital we treated more than 30 lakh patients, and in other activities of the organization we have treated almost another 20 lakh patients. So 5 million patients have been treated by this organization up till now.
It's the perfect day for Sandeep and Anand to start life anew. And while the scars will take some time to heal, new dreams are already taking shape in the hearts of the parents.
One is on this earth for a short time. I think it's important to feel that during that time you left something concrete.
The foundation of this organization has remained the dedication and sacrifice of doctors.
The boys will now reclaim their lives, make up for the loss, play with friends and smile with a newfound confidence, because this is just the beginning.